you? How's
Hello,
lunch?
hello. Good, good, good. Welcome back to Voices of Courage Asia. And we are doing this Transform with Courage series, right? And for those who are new to our channel, this is the time where we have a lunchtime chat to talk about topics that are very close to our heart regarding your personal growth and development, right? To move
Yes.
from your fears, self doubt, and limiting beliefs and move over to courage, right?
And the tool and vehicle we are hoping to, impart in you is our Transform with Courage Bootcamp. But that that being a part later, we have a short video to share with you, so that it
Hmm.
gives you a setting as to, to tell you about the bigger picture. What is the bigger picture?
Yes.
So we're going to
All
share Lisa
right.
Nichols. She's no stranger to some of us. So let's hear from Lisa Nichols.
All right.
And all that thing about potential, I was tired of having potential. I wanted to have my now. I'm an average, ordinary mom who said, I want to drastically transform my son's future. The power of I am can pull you through the darkest moments.
As you're creating success, create holistic success.
Have a small change over 30 days, and then a small change over 30 days. Your breakthrough will come in needlepoint moves. At some point, I have to stop asking, can I be great? Can I be brilliant? You have to disrupt that soil in order to plant a new seed to grow a new fruit.
There's not one line of business that you can be in that a story and a great story won't elevate your outcome.
Wealth is possessions and money. Abundance is a 360 experience. I look at my life and I wasn't supposed to be who I am today.
She's an
All right.
Okay, and I like her last line. I looked at my life and I'm not what I'm supposed to be.
Right. And today we are going to, just chat about the topic. The question that we want to ask is, what is the bigger picture? What is the bigger picture? Right.
Yeah. What
So
is
Anita,
the bigger?
why did you show everyone this video? What?
Well, why I showed everyone this video is very simple, because this video you see the reels, right? The very, very short snippets of this lady called Lisa Nichols, right? You've seen the highlights, you've seen the where she's at her high already. She probably have achieved her big picture. And we always see that, right? Whenever we watch videos, or we watch celebrities, or we watch anyone, we always see the end goal, what they are today, the nice cars, the success, the platform. But what happens is, what is the bigger picture? She had a bigger picture. Okay, she had the bigger picture. And that's why she's where she is today. My question,
Right.
as you asked me earlier, is, what is the bigger picture?
I think it's very interesting that you show the video. In the video, you could see her before and after.
Yep.
Right. And for those who wants to know a little bit more about Lisa Nichols, you can just Google her.
Yeah.
Her transformation was inspiring. It was really very, very inspiring. And the point here is that because she had a bigger picture,
Yep.
therefore it affected it led to the actions that she take
Yep.
was very much determined by her end goal, the bigger picture that she has, rather
Yes.
than the circumstances that she is in at that moment. Because the circumstances that she was in was not in favor of, everything that she wanted to do. She was
Yeah.
down and out. She don't even have enough money to get diapers for her baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but because she had a bigger picture, and that bigger picture was to provide for her son,
It
right?
was a very simple, big
Yes.
picture.
Yes.
She just wanted to make sure her son had diapers, and her son would not have, because she was declared bankrupt. She had $11.42 in her account. And her
Yeah.
bigger picture was very simple. Her son will not, because the father of the son went to prison, right? So therefore, statistics have shown 60% chance that the son will also be a second generation prison holder. Okay, 60% statistics. And her bigger picture is that her son will not be that statistics.
Yes.
Very simple.
Yeah.
Very simple. The son will not be the statistics. And she did what
Yes.
she did to do as a mother.
She invested in herself. She invested in
Exactly.
herself and you know, equip herself and grow and therefore thereafter from that simple goal or bigger picture, the picture grew bigger and bigger because
Yeah. But
after that, you know,
yeah.
when she has arrived and achieved, and she could actually now, she's actually motivating the masses right now, which is
Yeah, she is.
actually her company's name, Motivating the Masses.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm actually part of her mentoring program right now.
I know. I'm so jealous much. But what happened is that her bigger picture was to live. That's
Mm.
it. Not to starve. Both physically, emotionally, mentally. Lisa Nichols, if you Google her, she was huge when she first started. And now she's slim. Slim to a point that she's hot. Okay, she's healthy, she's hot, she's sexy. I mean, that woman is hot. I mean, epitome of hot. But let me tell you, she started somewhere.
Mm.
I just showed you the result.
Mm.
But again, I want to encourage women out there, you have to start.
Yeah.
And you don't have to have, I don't think she even envisioned at that time when her son was wrapped in towel for 2 days because she cannot afford to buy diaper, that she'll be traveling around the world, motivating the masses, earning millions, being half her size. I don't think she saw that big picture. She probably had a very small picture, but it's bigger than what she was at that time.
Yeah.
Okay, her picture was
Yes.
bigger than what she was. So maybe we can show what push her, what motivate her to get the bigger picture, and hopefully we will draw some nuggets out of it, and we can relate to our everyday life, Lilian, about the bigger picture.
Right.
Can we?
So, it's just a short one. Just a short clip.
Yeah, you tell me when you want to stop, and then I'll stop. Okay.
Okay. Let's.
I struggled all through school. The last time I took English class, I got a fail. And my English teacher said I was the weakest writer she ever met in her entire life. The last time I took a speech class, same year, I got a D- in speech. And my speech teacher said, Lisa, quote unquote, I recommend you never speak in public, that you get a desk job. So that was the beginning of my life. That was my 19-year-old experience. And then I go on and I'm trying to figure it out. I was obedient. I went and got a job in accounting. I was in the collection department for 7 years. Y'all don't know I'm dangerous to accounting. I'm just dangerous. And I'm in collections, and you should never put a broke person in collections. Never, because everybody's reasons sound good to me. I know it sounds funny, but it was real. Not only did I say, girl, don't you worry about paying that, I'm gonna take your name off the list. Somebody went to jail because I was in I got fired from 5 different jobs.
Yeah.
And then I got pregnant with my son unexpectedly. And then at 8 months, my son's father went to prison. I had to get on government's assistance to have my baby. I was on WIC, Women, Infant, and Children, to feed my child. And when my son was 8 months old, I went to the ATM to get $20 out the bank because I didn't have any Pampers for him. And in order to get $20 out, you got there $20 in. I had $11.42. And I still can't tell the story without getting emotional because it's my story. Mm-hmm. Yeah. For 2 days, I had to wrap my son in a towel. But something happened, Steve, in those 2 days. I was at rock bottom. I was broke and I was broken. Inglewood, California. My son laying on his back at 8 months. I have a towel over him and I have my hand on his stomach saying, don't you worry, Jaylani. Mommy will never be this broke again. And I made a decision. I was bankrupt. And every stinking thinking I had, I was bankrupt and trying to protect my pride. I was bankrupt and trying to be all that in a bag of chips and a bowl of grits, falsified. Mm-hmm. I was bankrupt and trying to not ask anyone for help. I was bankrupt in everything that was holding me and keeping me where I was. Mm-hmm. I've always talked a good game, but I wasn't doing anything with my gift. Mm-hmm. And all that thing about potential, I was tired of having potential. I wanted to have my now. And I looked at that baby at 8 months and I said, I want to transform your life. Because you didn't ask to come into this chaos.
Come on.
as an African-American male child in South Central Los Angeles with a single mother whose father's in prison, he had a 66% chance of going to prison himself. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. So if I have to be willing to drastically transform myself so that I can become the woman that I know I can be.
Right.
And that's what I began to do. I was radical.
What did you do, Lisa? What did you do to change your life?
First, I realized I couldn't grow with people who were struggling like me. That whole I don't want to leave nobody behind. No, I don't want to stay with y'all.
Right.
You don't even want to be here. Like, I don't want to be the queen of this block.
Yeah.
And I became okay with the fact that it doesn't make me any less committed to my community, committed to my culture, committed to my family. The best thing I can do for you is not stay here with you.
That's right.
When I've got that, I went to places I'd never seen before. I went to conferences where people were talking about money, talking about prosperity, talking about, it was like, no habla español. What y'all talking about? ROIs and PPMs and term agreements and capital fundraising and bottom lines and what is it? I'm gonna stay until I learn what you're talking about. I went to the same conference 42 times. And there I raised $532,000 in capital.
All right, that was that powerful sharing that I've seen it, many times. Every time I watched it, it just
Something
brings
new.
up, yes, and it always brings up an emotion, to that is very inspiring.
Yeah.
It just started with a simple reason, a simple bigger picture, we called it, for her son.
Yep.
Right. And and look where she landed up now. Motivating, really motivating the masses.
Yes, of course. And then also, her big picture was very simple at that time.
Mm,
Jolana, you didn't ask to be born into this mess.
yeah. So what we are going to communicate with our audience out there, right? I mean, especially since we are in the arena, the topic in motherhood here.
Yes.
Yeah. I think bring it closer back to home.
Yes.
Right. There are different cultural influences, right?
Yes.
Cultural influence, ethnic influence, even family influence, right?
Yes.
That give us the how would I say it? That ideal or that the expectation, right? Or that standard
Yep.
of a mother. Yeah, I
Yes.
think this we are of a different ethnic race here, so
Yes.
my family background and expectation would be very different from yours as well.
Probably similar because we're Asians.
Same but different.
Again,
I'm sure there's
same
some
thing, but
differences.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
You share. Then we go to the mixed culture of the Chinese and the Indian coming together.
Yeah, I mean, one example that I can think of, and we were actually just chatting over this, was that take the example of a mother, right? If the mother's bigger picture, if the mother has a lack of a bigger picture about being a full-time mom, for example, right, a full-time stay-at-home mom, and she probably could have given up her. Okay, it sounds like me now. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about myself. Like when I had the lack of a bigger picture, right? Then giving up my job, my high-paying job, and becoming a stay-at-home mom, even though that was my own choice by choice,
Yes.
I very quickly, slip into that cycle, that spiraling vicious cycle of losing my identity, and then like complaining and questioning myself, what am I doing? What? And because back then my worth was probably tied to a title or a job or a achievements, right? Yeah. So, and because of the lack of a bigger picture about being a mom,
Yep.
then that's where I'll be stuck in. That's that trap that I will be stuck in. But once I had that shift and start having a bigger picture, that of being a mom, a full-time stay-at-home mom, everything I do is still the same. It was the same. It was exactly the same. But
Mhm.
the mental and emotional state was very different after that.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
my bigger picture now is, how do I teach my children courage? Right? How do I raise them up as children of courage, men and women of courage?
Yes.
So when that became my bigger picture, the daily routine and the mundane stuff that I had to do becomes so much meaningful. I
Yes.
found meaning in doing all the same thing.
Yeah.
Can you see the difference
I
there?
understand what you
Doing the
mean. Yes.
same thing, but totally different state of mind and emotion.
Because
Yeah,
you had the bigger picture. Well, let's
yeah.
take this side now. My story
Mm.
is that um, I didn't have the bigger picture. I lived
Mm-hmm.
someone else's bigger picture as to how I should be. So for me, it was very simple: be the great daughter, the good daughter, be the good wife, be the good mother. Nothing wrong with any of that. I didn't mind it. It is something good. It's a virtue thing. But I was not in the picture. My dream, my big picture was not that. Not that I didn't want to be the good mother, the good wife, or the good daughter, but I felt that okay, I became a good daughter. Okay, finish uni, then must be the good daughter again to get married. Okay, then become the good wife. Good wife then must become the good mother. But for me, was my bigger picture is, hey, I can balance both. I
Mm-hmm.
can be a great daughter, great wife, great mother, and have a great career.
Mm-hmm.
See, I wanted that, and I wasn't brave to open my golden mouth, and I wasn't brave to know that I wasn't brave. I didn't dare to see whether I can juggle both.
Mm-hmm.
That I can, because I was always living somebody else's big picture, not my own. It was society or family pressure to be that picture, and I realized that if I was brave enough to say, hey, let's give this a try, maybe I can juggle career and still be a great mom and great wife. I mean, we are women, crying out loud, right? We have the superpower called multitasking. Okay, we can be on the phone with our boss at the same time feed our kid. Okay. Or I've done it. Okay, I can be on the phone or a Zoom call, and my legs are picking up clothes. We know how Asians we can pick up our clothes with our toes. I don't know if you can do it. I can walk around pick up clothes with my toes from the floor. I don't even need to bend down. I mean, for me, that women can do that. Okay, maybe most Asian women we can do that. Okay, but for me, it's really a test of we're actually capable to have our own bigger picture.
Mm.
And we can juggle both. you
Right.
know
So what you were sharing, what I'm hearing is that you gave up your bigger picture and
yeah,
conform to someone else's standards.
yeah, I gave up my bigger picture. In fact, I closed that picture. I didn't even have a picture anymore. So, and
Mm.
then it was just somebody society's picture for me. Okay, Anita, this is the
Right,
picture.
right, right.
This is the big
Okay.
picture. Follow that. And
Right. So you
hence
didn't had your own big picture.
I didn't have my own
Right.
picture. So society detected it,
Right.
and being the filial daughter, the good wife, and then you have little kids, right? And then you cannot see the future, right? You cannot see, I mean, when we first had our kids, when they're still infant, did we ever dream that your son and your daughter and my three daughters will be where they are today? I wouldn't dream where they'll be today. I know
Mm.
they will turn 18 and 19 and 20 accordingly, but do you dream that they'll be where they are today when we first gave birth to them? When we're handling diaper rash and eczema, and my twins cried 24 hours because it felt like 24 hours because one start, one stop, one start, one stop. It felt like 24 hours. I
All
was
the
just trying to,
colleague and all that, right?
I know, right? You're just trying to keep them alive from one day to another day. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
They
it's
survived.
like what bigger picture? My bigger picture now is to survive another day. With all the crying,
Exactly.
with all the regurgitating, with all the
Yeah.
diapers, the milk powder, vomiting.
Yeah, exactly right. The constant. I mean, I don't think as a stay-home mom at the time, either by choice or by personal. You know how we are so. I don't know. I speak for myself. for me, I didn't dare to have a bigger picture because I'm afraid that, like for me, I wanted to balance, right? I wanted to go back to work, earn my what I call my sense of validation. Okay. And for me, I felt that, oh, it means I will have to sacrifice a X portion of day with the kids. Correct? Maybe 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours. Please, I need to pick them up or I need to see them in the evening. Bad mother. Smack the hand. You know that emotional blackmail we give ourselves. I don't know about you. For me, was that was like, okay, never mind. You just live somebody else's picture. You know, for me was that.
Right.
So, but in hindsight, I realized that actually we can balance it. If
Yeah,
we
there are a
have
lot of working moms out there. There are a lot of working
exactly.
moms out there. Yeah. So again, it goes back to our mindset, right? Our definition of what defines a good mother, right? There's so many working moms out there.
Amazing working
Yeah,
moms out.
and a lot of them are doing well, right? They're spending quality time with their
Yes.
children. Right?
Yes.
Sometimes it's not about the quantity, right?
Yep.
It's the quality time. Yeah, you can
Yes.
be. I mean, let's bring it to the extreme. Or I have heard of stories of full time mom with the child 24/7. They are there, but they are not there. You get what I mean? They're there, but they're not there because the helper, or the domestic helper, is the one who is taking care
Yeah.
of the children twenty four
Yeah.
seven. The
Yep.
mom was just watching Netflix or doing whatever medi pedi or
Yeah.
whatever.
It's the
I
comfort
don't know.
of, I
Yeah.
think it's the comfort. Like for me, I can relate to that. You're there but not there. Even though I didn't have helper, but you're not there. You're just to
Mm,
do chores.
mm,
Diaper to diaper, feeding to feeding, nap to nap.
mm.
It was basic, how do you say, to keep them alive. Okay, occasionally you read to them because you have to, right? Or school will scold you, right? Your child cannot read. So but what happened is that it's true, you're there, but you're not there because you don't have your picture. You don't have your bigger picture. You don't see the validation in you that you're allowed as a mother to have the bigger picture. Because for me, I felt that society always taught me, or I allow the narrative, I pick which narrative I want, right? That, oh, men go out, earn the bacon and bring back. Okay, in my household, we're vegetarian, so men go out, bring back the cabbage, okay, not the bacon. So so for me it's like so women was not empowered, or I didn't allow the other narrative and say, hey, guess what, he can bring back the cabbage, you can bring back the brinjal. You get what I mean? Then you have a bigger salad buffet, right? So and the kids will be fine.
Yeah.
So it's sad, it's very very sad. I mean, but of course it's not sad now because we have changed our narrative, or I have changed my narrative and realized that I can have the best of both worlds. I just need to have my bigger picture, and I need to be brave to articulate my bigger picture of what I want. And realize when I articulate what I want, I realize that it's doable and I don't have to feel guilty to have my
Yeah.
own picture.
And I mean, with reference back to Lisa Nichols'
Yeah.
video, yeah, once she has that picture, that bigger picture, right? And that's where she started to take action, right?
Yes.
And her actions were about equipping herself, empowering herself, investing in herself, so
Yes.
that she can be that better mom, right? To provide for the son. So
Hmm.
likewise, I mean, since we're using motherhood as the example, right? The
Yes.
case
Yes, we are.
study, the topic to have this conversation. We want to encourage all the mothers out there, or ladies who are aspiring to become a mother, or you're on your way to become a mother,
Yep.
right? Um, Here we just want to create that awareness, right? To check in with your own mindset, right?
Yep.
Your belief system, your
Yep.
definition of um, a good mother,
Yep.
right? Don't get caught up in that trap of losing your identity, or that's
Yeah.
guilt, because you are working, you're not spending
Yeah.
enough time with your children, or that you gave up your job and now you're stuck with the children,
Yeah.
right?
That's the worst word. Stuck with the children. My goodness, poor thing. I pity the children if you have that mindset. Yeah.
Yeah, so be mindful about these narratives that are going through your mind, right? And then ask yourself, what is the bigger picture here? Right. Now in this season of my time, my children needs me. Right. They are at their most vulnerable, and this is certain age group, right? Between the preschool age, from birth preschool age. It's the best time, to impart the values that you want to impart into their lives.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's where they are like a sponge, right? They grow and
Oh
learn,
yes.
and yeah, you want to, if you can have that luxury of being a full-time mom, right, then enjoy that process,
Oh
enjoy that
yes.
season,
Of
right?
course. Yeah.
Yeah. But if you don't have that luxury of, because we are living in a city where expenses are high, right? If
Yeah.
you don't have the luxury of being stay home mom full time, and you're a working mom, don't get yourself entrapped in that guilt, right?
Yes.
And
Not.
yes, carve
Yeah.
out time, whatever time you have, let those time be quality time, right? You
Yes.
can still impart values and spend fun and quality time with your children
Yep.
once you
Yep.
manage your time well, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, so not forgetting your spouse as well.
Of course.
Yeah. So again, it goes back to our mindset, our
Yeah.
definition, the narratives and stories that we are telling ourselves, and what kind of meaning are we giving to it, right? To what we are doing.
Yep.
Mm.
And give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to start having the big picture.
Yeah.
Write it down. Journal it. Picture it. Do a craft out of it. Take pictures and put it in. So have
Yeah.
your big
Visual
picture.
cues, right? Visual
Visual
cues.
cue.
Put up visual
Yeah.
cues. Yes.
All your visual cue out there. And
Mhm.
speaking of visual cues, we have the Transform with Courage Bootcamp that's coming up in April. Again,
Yes.
I cannot emphasize how much, because of this program, investing myself for the first time in my life, paying money, okay, and I realized that that's what helped me to realize that I'm allowed to have my own bigger picture. I don't have to be conformed or be afraid that if I have my own bigger picture, I'm denying my family, I'm shortchanging my mom, or I'm shortchanging as a spouse. So that for me was a much needed wake up call.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, we all have YouTube videos, we can watch a lot, but unless you're in a community or in a group of women with like-minded women, and also having similar struggles, then you realize the beauty and the potential that come out of it. Or else it'll just be another YouTube or another self-taught or whatever. That's how I felt. I do watch all this. I'm aware.
Yeah. But
Why keep
watching is nothing
moving?
compared to taking action and actually
Exactly.
walking the talk and
Exactly.
experiencing the journey of transformation, right? The
And
journey of
and
growth.
yeah, and
Yeah.
exactly. And you're not journeying alone. You have
Mm.
other women who's also journeying with you, and then you're in constant connection and going, okay, I'm not suffering alone. I'm not feeling guilty alone, or I'm not going through this alone, because it's constant check-in and stuff like that. So on that note, go to our website, plusliving.com, Transform with Courage. All the details are there. And if you're still not sure, give us a call. There's a button there where you can click and give us a call. We'll call you back and we can have a chat, about
Yeah.
any questions that you may have.
And talking about this boot camp, right? I'm really very encouraged by all the breakthroughs that the women are
Yeah.
facing, have got, right? And of course, one of them is yourself, right? And right, for those of you who don't know Anita, well, she, her story is inspiring, right? Her story is, you should really come to one of our sessions, or connect with her to find
Yeah.
out her story, you know
Yeah.
like just like we were talking about motherhood and all that, right? She gave up her job and become a stay-at-home mom,
Yeah.
and of course, how she was being stuck in that cycle, but now her role as a mother didn't change, but
Yeah.
the impact that she's
It's different.
bringing to her children. Her three beautiful daughters are so powerful and different. Yeah.
So just to give you a hint, my last paying job was 3 times more when I choose to give up than a medical doctor.
So if she
That was
can
my
do
last salary.
yeah, if she can do it, yeah, we all
If I
can do it too,
if-
right?
I mean, we're not putting down other women's struggle. Everyone has a story, and we respect that. But just want to tell you, you're never ever too low or too down to come up again.
Mm.
You have to make a choice, and you have to take action, and that action is up to you. It's just a click away. It's just a click away. Go to our website, hear the stories, read up the information that we have. We give you an opportunity to call us, to connect with us, and hear for yourself. Hear for yourself if it's true or it's just one big. It's true lah. It's all true lah. We are so ordinary women, just wanting to do extraordinary stuff. Okay, we're just everyday Singaporean women that wakes up in the morning.
And if you want to hear more courageous stories, more stories of courage, right? Just join us at our Women of Courage community. Right? We meet every month, last Tuesday of the month, which is happening for this month, which is happening on the 30th. Right? We have 3 stories, right? Actually, 2 speakers, but 3 stories, 3 powerful stories that will inspire you to move out from your fear zone into the courage zone. Right.
Again.
So come and receive a dose of courage from us at womenofcourage.asia. Right. You can register there by the website, by the link as well. womenofcourage.asia.
Yeah. And
so
on that note, think about it. I want you to have, if I may ask permission, to have a bit of sleepless night tonight. If you do go to bed later, to think about your bigger picture and give yourself permission to have the bigger picture.
Yes. So with that, we'll see you again next Tuesday, right? And Thursday, we meet
Thursday.
online every Tuesday and Thursdays, right? So we'll see you again next Thursday. Yeah. Bye. See you next Thursday.